everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I hope all of you have had an exceptional start to the beginning of your 2022. Today I want to talk about some of the projects that stand to look very profitable in 2022. There have been major partnerships in the background that somehow flew under the radar. And if you stay tuned, I will show you one of the partnerships that stand out to me. If you are new here, my goal is to bridge the gap between traditional finance, retail investors, and the ever so changing crypto space. If any of that piques your interest, go ahead and hit the like, hit the subscribe, and also hit the bell so you can get notified anytime I come on the net. And I would also appreciate that you let me continue this journey into the crypto space with you. And if you are interested, you can also follow us on Twitter for daily updates, posts, and pieces of news that I find throughout the week, just so I can keep engaged with the community. Now, before we get into the content, I just want to put out a reminder that the giveaway is still active for the Ledger Nano X. All you have to do is go ahead and comment on the previous video. I will put it on the screen just so no one can get confused on which video to post on. Now, without further delay, let's get into the news. Here we have what's coming to Cosmos in 2022. Cosmos is a very, very interesting project. What they're focused on is DeFi interoperability, interchain communication, and much more. Now, here they go over what they accomplished in 2021, which included the launch of their IBC, which allows other blockchains to connect. I did a video on this earlier in the middle of 2021, and I definitely plan on doing a part 2 as this project is growing very fast. They have currently 29 projects in their IBC network, which links 29 projects together. And they have some of the most popular ones, such as Persistence, Crypto.com, Secret Network, Anchor from Terra Luna. They also have Terra Luna. And it's a huge ecosystem of partnerships that I only imagine is going to grow in 2022. Now, what else do they talk about here? They talk about interchain security, which will allow other blockchains that connect to the Cosmos Hub to bootstrap themselves to the main security protocols of the Cosmos Hub so they can benefit without being a direct hub themselves. It's pretty neat. Next thing they talk about is interchain accounts coming up in 2022. One downfall is that when you have blockchains connected with each other, once you send one blockchain's token to another, there's no accountability, there's really no accessibility, and you can't execute that contract or do anything else with it. So next year, they plan on adding interchain accounts so you can execute and interact with contracts on other blockchains, further enabling interoperability, which I find pretty nice. Next, they talk about liquid staking. Now, this is very interesting because I am a big staker in the Cosmos Hub, gaining 14.9% per year, which is very beneficial. And I definitely encourage you guys to look at my videos so you can see how to get engaged with the Cosmos Staking Hub. There are a couple of projects or other projects that are in the Cosmos Hub that enables 35% staking and 25% staking respectively. But what liquid staking is going to do is allow users to stake their coins, and rather than being locked up with no further utility, you can use a wrapped version of your staked coins to participate in governance, to participate in liquidity pools, so adding additional revenue to what you are already getting as a interest-bearing account. And lastly, what they talk about down here is IBC, which is their inter-blockchain connectivity protocol, to become an ecosystem of 200 chains. Like I spoke about before, they currently have 29, and that is a big jump regarding the fact that they launched the IBC mid last year. With this kind of outlook and adoption, I definitely will continue to keep this coin on my radar And maybe sometime next month or sometime this year, I will release a list of projects that we should definitely be keeping our eye on, as they will be the bridge that connects traditional finance to the new digital financial economy. And all of this information is included in their roadmap. I will put the link in the comments, so do not worry. I got you covered. Here we have an article that covers prominent figures' expectations of what to expect in 2022. We had a lot happen last year in 2021, and it was only the infrastructure being built. As we continue to build that infrastructure, I expect to see projects gain more adoption, more investors, and obviously onboard more developers to accommodate the increased demand. Now, reading the intro here is another important trend that will definitely remain in the coming years is the metaverse. Building a decentralized dimension where users can buy, sell, play, interact, and more looks futuristic enough already. But the future is quickly approaching. I am certain many brands will enter the metaverse space this year, experimenting with this emerging sector. If you don't know, Samsung is planning to release their own store in the metaverse. This came out and I posted it on Twitter, I think it was Thursday. But this just shows you that all of the major brands, I've covered Adidas, I've covered Nike, even Walmart is getting into the metaverse. And we can only continue and anticipate and expect to see all of this boost in 2022. I don't see the fundamentals changing anytime soon. Now, moving on to the next person. This is Alex Tapscott of 9 Point Digital Assets Group. I think 2022 is the year of multi-chain. 2021 saw the rise of new layer 1 protocols like Solana and Avalanche that promise to improve on Ethereum with faster throughputs and lower fees. Now, I love the Solana project. I love the AVAX project. And as much as people want to talk about speed, I think sometimes the fundamentals are skipped over. Solana received a DDoS attack. And if anybody knows what that is, it's just a denial of service attack. And I think from a developer perspective, this is kind of elementary to be susceptible to these attacks. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because a lot of people talk about Cardano and how slow they are. And that's just the byproduct of being very thorough, being precise, and knowing that when you launch a product, the stability is there. Not just launching for the speed and the expectation of a quick gain or a quick turnaround. This is why I love the Cardano project. I also love Solana, but I just think they need to slow down a bit. Look at the cards that they're dealt and come out with a better product. This is, I think it was the 4th time they have shut down within a year. I can only expect to see them gain more adoption. They actually had about a $500 million funding round for DeFi projects. So they're getting more money from VCs and whatnot, but I expect a lot from them in 2022. Next, we have Andrew Levine of Koinos Group. And he says 2022 is going to be the battle royale of next generation layer 1s, with the dark horse entrant being a new feeless blockchain. As of right now, I don't know who or anyone who's capable of a feeless blockchain at the moment, but all of the layer 1s are in direct competition with each other. There was a lot of infrastructure built last year, and all of these projects are literally on the cusp of being fully built, fully decentralized, and operating at their highest capacity. And the only thing I can expect now is interoperability. You have all of these layer 1s that, operate on their own blockchain, their own NFT marketplace, and we need connectivity. We need ease of access because we have a very fragmented crypto space. It's not bad. It's expected, as a lot of things were built very quickly and people wanted to launch their projects. But I think now is the time for interoperability and cohesion of the crypto space. That's why I'm banking on Cosmos to really come through and bring these blockchains together. Next, we have Dave Perro from Compute North. Following a hash rate decline in 2021, resulting from Chinese miners being forced offline due to nationwide crypto bans. Bitcoin has really made a steep recovery since the miners being kicked out of China and setting up elsewhere. And this just shows you the dedication and the success of decentralization. Because yes, they moved. And what did they do? They went to another country that allows it, and they set up their miners, and things are back to operation as normal. I'll put a chart up on the screen showing the recovery of Bitcoin's hash rate from the miners from early May 2021 until December 2021. And lastly, we have James McFarlane of Eden Network, which he says, with the level of investment being driven into the space, we are likely to see continued innovation on chains supporting the decentralized finance layer. And I'm just going to put a chart of the top 10 VCs recorded over the past couple years, showing their open interest into the crypto space. We have seen many of times last year where large venture capitalists, large mutual funds, large pension funds are getting into the crypto space. And this is only something we have dreamed of in 2017. The institutional investors, the large cap of money flowing into the crypto space, but now the infrastructure is built and it's ready for the funds. And that is all I'm really expecting coming into 2022. A lot of prominent figures are thinking the same thing. This is why my videos have always led up to this. It's led up to the interoperability, the multi-chains. Who are the next layer ones that are going to bring scalable usage, lower fees, faster transactions to the bigger layer ones, which would be Ethereum, Bitcoin. And I'm also expecting regulation. With XRP being on the brink of ending their lawsuit, which sometimes get pushed and sometimes not, people say they know when it's going to end. I'm just waiting for it to end because I know for a fact that when this does end, there will be regulation. There's no way there will not be regulation unless they drop the whole case altogether and literally just kick the can down the road. But that is another thing I'm expecting in 2022. Now let's get to the news bit. Here we have Cardano became the most developed crypto project on GitHub in 2021. For those of you who do not know what GitHub is, it's pretty much an open repository for all of the code, all of the developers to connect, share information, share ideas and things of the matter. Going down here, rounding out the top three were Kusama and Polkadot, along with Cardano, at second and third places, respectively, with roughly the same number of events over the year. Cardano beat Ethereum's development activity by a wide margin, with the latter coming in fourth place. Santiment, the company who wrote this article, defines a GitHub event as either creating an issue, creating a poll, a request, commenting on an issue, or polling requests, or forking, starring, watching a code repository, among others. This is really nice to see. For those who know about Cardano's smart contracts, we know that it is a new programming language and it is going to take some getting used to. This is another reason why it's taking a while to launch these projects, but they are coming. I'm just going to visit the Cardano Cube homepage just so we can see all of the projects that are being built in the Cardano ecosystem. Developers are learning, developers are also coming, and the projects will be launched. I love what they did with this decentralized application marketplace. You can see everything that is coming to fruition on the Cardano network, and I love the community. They're doing a really good job. Next up, we have Nas selling rights to 2 songs via crypto music startup. And as we see, NFTs blew up in 2021. And stepping into 2022, more artists are starting to realize, because what do wealthy people do? What do people of the same community do? They talk to each other. And when they talk to each other, they're telling their friends or partners or family members how beneficial it is to get into the NFT space, selling their one-off products to their fans exclusively. And it's very profitable because there is no middleman. Everybody realizes that the middleman, all the label makers and whatnot, will take a bulk of the cash for themselves And I think long gone are the days of label makers taking that much share from their clients. Now, this is what I've been wanting to see for a long time. Oracle tokens turn bullish as blockchain projects focus on interoperability. I'm not really worried about any of the other Oracle tokens. Now, Chainlink is light years ahead of their competition, literally 10xing the second place in terms of partnerships. And one thing that I found that was really interesting is that Chainlink, we already know Chainlink has partnered up with Cardano via the Cardano summit that took place earlier last year, but they're also partnered up with Hedera Hashgraph. And on my previous video, I was showing how Hedera Hashgraph was partnered up with other projects, and it's really just a tangled mess of partnerships. But one thing I want to point out is this is very important because we'll start to see an ecosystem building of decentralized application projects that are linking up together that bridge and better the centralized system we have today. And they're all ready for enterprise use. So I can only expect to see more partnerships like this. And I will put them on the screen of them being in Chainlink's ecosystem. Chainlink has a lot of things going on, and this is definitely another project on my radar, along with Solana, Polkadot, Avalanche, and much more. I will have a list compiled maybe within the next few videos just so you guys can get an idea of the projects that are really important. And lastly, we have GameStop stock surges following NFT marketplace report. Now, there have been a lot of news coming out about large brands, large companies getting into the NFT market space, whether it's creating a marketplace or just creating a metaverse themselves to sell digital items. And a lot of this is because they do not want to get left behind. I can clearly see that the most popular brands outside in the real world are looking inward and seeing to get a piece of the share that NFTs are getting. I'm just going to read a couple of the important points down here and finish off the video. So, video game retailer hopes the new unit will lead its turnaround efforts to become profitable, the newspaper said, citing people familiar with its plans. GameStop's plan calls for it to build an online hub for buying, selling, and trading NFTs of virtual video game goods such as avatar outfits and weapons. The company has hired more than 20 people for the division, which I find really nice because the crypto space has enabled a lot of people, a lot of developers skilled in the space, job opportunities, which is really nice. I like to see it. The Grapevine, Texas-based company is also close to signing partnerships with 2 crypto companies to share technology as well as co-invest in games and in other NFT-related projects, the Wall Street Journal said. I am very bullish on the fact that larger companies and institutions are continuing to fall over themselves to get into this space. Long gone are the days where we traditionally put our money in a 0.01 interest-bearing account. You can literally get 5%, 10%, 15 and 20% respectively on the money that you have in the crypto space. It just depends on what you want to do. There's a lot of stuff to do. You can share your computer bandwidth. You can stake. You can be a liquidity provider. You can be a lender. You can take out loans and pay off other loans that actually affect your credit. So as you can see, there is so much to do in terms of earning money in the crypto space. And I hope you continue to choose me to bring that information to you so we can all make the best informed decisions when it comes to our future wealth and getting into the space in general, breaking that knowledge gap that we have in the crypto space. I think sharing information is really important. Now, with that being said, that is all I have. If there is anything you want me to expand on in this video, go ahead and let me know in the comments. And remember, if you want to be a part of the Ledger Nano X giveaway, comment on the previous video and you will be eligible to participate. I do want at least 20 people to participate for better chances for everyone. That's all I have for this video. Share it with a friend, share it with a family member, and I will catch you guys on the next one.